State Champs Live is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury or are just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 16 of State Champs Live, presented by Lawrence Tech. In February, Lawrence Tech promoted defensive coordinator Avant Mitchell to head football coach. 19 years of experience, played his high school football at one of the most legendary programs in the history of Michigan high school football, Detroit DePours. Played his college football at Louisville, then finished his career at Wayne State. Extensive high school coaching experience. And at the collegiate level, he's coached some of the top defenses within the NAIA and multiple all-conference and all-American candidates. Learn more about Coach Mitchell and recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com. We are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. My name is Lauren Plant, and I will be introducing our guest in moments. But first, let's take a look at the headlines for Wednesday, April 22nd. It is cool to be a sailor again. Grand Rapids South Christian High School announced the hiring of alumnus David Kuhl as its new athletic director, replacing Kurt Copeland, who was transitioning to a classroom role after 7 years in the job. The 2006 Michigan Mr. Basketball winner Kuhl led South Christian to 2 state titles and was an All-American at Western Michigan. Most recently, he spent the last 3 seasons as the Holland Christian boys basketball coach and assistant AD. Soccer clubs form an East-West alliance. 13 Michigan youth soccer clubs from across the state have banded together to form a coalition called the East-West Alliance, banding together to figure out a plan for an eventual return to pitch this summer. While the dates are not set, the plan is in place for games between alliance member teams, team and club training sessions, and potentially a 1-week festival of games over 2 days. All right, looks like the Michigan Open has been pushed back. Michigan PGA officials announced Monday that the Turtle Creek Casino Michigan Open Championship has been pushed back by concerns over the spread of COVID-19. Originally scheduled for June 8th through the 11th at the Bear at Grand Traverse Resort and Spa, it will be rescheduled later in the summer. When it's played, the Michigan Open will have a purse of over $115,000, the largest in the 103-year history of the state championship event. That is today's headlines. Here is today's Hungry Howie's Twitter question of the day. And this is a fun one. How much of your day is spent in pajamas? Maybe we'll ask our guests that. All day, every day, about half the day, my PJs are only for sleeping. Find State Champs Michigan on Twitter and vote, and we'll read the results tomorrow. All right. With the NFL draft taking place tomorrow night and the weekend, there will be players all over this great nation waiting with bated breath to see if their name will be called. This includes our guest today, and before we get into it, this was a very special moment in State Champs history. We're here at Walled Lake Western. We are getting ready to present Cody White the Mr. Football Award for 2016. He has no idea, and apparently they're just in to take some pictures. We'll take a big fat picture of this. Hey, can I have your attention, please? Hey, where's Cody White? We got something for him. Where are you at? Come on up, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2016 winner of the Hungry Howie's Mr. Football Award goes to Cody White. Congratulations, man. Raise that up. Raise it up. All right, seems like yesterday, right? The former Walled Lake Western superstar, 2016 State Champs Hungry Howie's Mr. Football. He was a finalist for the 2017 Detroit Athletic Club Male Athlete of the Year. He's now one of a dozen Spartans, hoping to be one of the 255 players selected in the first ever virtual-only NFL draft. We welcome wide receiver Cody White to State Champs Live. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
All right. When you think about the time I busted in on you that early winter day back in 2016 to give you Mr. Football, what do you remember most?
I just remember it being just a photo shoot, and I was wondering, I'm like, why are my parents here? Why are family members here? And just when you guys came in, it all just hit me at the same moment, and I was just filled with joy. It was one of the greatest moments I've had, and just gonna be remembered for the rest of my life.
All right. It was really, really fun. Again, what probably the most special. I mean, it's great every time we surprise somebody and give this award, but that really was extra special. Now, let's get into it. You decided to leave MSU after your junior season, after you led the Spartans with 66 catches, 922 yards, 6 touchdowns. Your 3-year career, 143 catches, just under 2,000 total yards, and 12 touchdowns. Talk about everything you went through to come to the decision that now is the time to declare.
Yeah, I went through the pros and cons with my dad and my family and went around and asked a bunch of people, just trying to get as much advice as I could, just trying to make sure that I made the right decision. But at the end of the day, I felt like when I felt like I was ready to leave and play in the NFL, that's when I did so because my dream has always been to play in the NFL. So when I feel like I was ready to do so, that's why I decided to make the decision.
What are some of your favorite memories you have playing for Michigan State?
Well, my first favorite memory is just being with my teammates, being with those guys. Those will be moments that I'll never forget. Some of the greatest teammates I've ever had in my life, and I'll just cherish those moments for forever. And obviously, just playing for Spartan Nation and being able to play in the green and white has always been a dream of mine since I was a young kid. And just being able to perform at a high level for them and for the fans and just for the city and community of East Lansing and Michigan State, I'll never forget those moments.
What are your thoughts on the new head coach and the team that's coming back next season?
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to meet the new head coach, but I've heard great things, and I'm really excited for this upcoming season and for the guys that they've got coming in.
Do you like the team that's assembled? I mean, obviously, they've got a chip on their shoulder now. They really want to prove everybody wrong that they're going to get back right into the thick of things. Do you like, the guys who are returning?
Oh yeah, they got some great guys coming back: Rocky Lombardi, Antoine Simmons, Jacob Panashuk, Jalen Naylor, C.J. Hayes, people like that, just coming back and being able to make an impact on the team and just be able to go out and bring that Spartan dog back. And I feel like they're going to do that.
Yeah. How do you assess how you did at the combine in Indianapolis in February? And what did teams tell you during and afterwards?
I feel like I went out and made my name at the combine. I feel like I did a great job, just being able to be out there with those guys and be able to compete with them and just know that I'm right up there with them. I feel like I did a great job at the combine, and I've still been hearing high praise before the combine, and I feel like it was really helped me in this process.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting experience. You have been training at the IMG Academy in Florida. Talk about what you were focusing on there and how ready you are now for the next stage of your life.
Yeah, down there I was really focused on. So when I left there, I was about about that and just really tone and really cut heading into the combine. And I feel like that was one of the big things with nutrition, weightlifting, running, just make sure that my body was in the best form that it could be to be at the highest my body is capable.
Right. We just got some breaking news in. You'll like this that Pierre Brooks, the talented junior basketball player from Detroit Tigers, has selected Michigan State. So he is going to commit to Michigan State. I just wanted to drop that news in there. Obviously, he's a very, very coveted player here, and you'll be happy that you've got another Spartan dog at least on the basketball court.
Yeah, let's go green.
Anyway, just wanted to throw that in there. If you have a question or a comment for Cody White, now's the time to ask on Facebook or Twitter. I'll ask him in just a few minutes. Now, for those who don't know, your father, Sheldon White, played 6 years in the NFL with 3 different teams, worked 19 years in the Detroit Lions front office, and the past 3 at MSU as a part of Coach D'Antonio's support staff. Talk about your relationship and the fact that you've got an NFL guy in your corner right now.
Yeah, growing up, being able to go to games with the Lions, be in the locker room before the game, be on the field, the sideline for the game, just being around the football my entire life has really just helped me in this process of just where I am today. And him coming along with me at Michigan State him being there, it just really helped me just being able to settle in and just having him there, not seeing him every day necessarily, but being able to talk with him and being able to go through things. I feel like just him being around really helped me throughout my process of Michigan State, and I couldn't ask for a better dad.
All right. Before we get to the comments and or your questions, let's just mix in a little softball from 13 years ago on today's edition of This Week in State Champs History. We head to the 2007 Macomb County Softball Championship game. Chippewa Valley and Warren Regina, the satellites at the time, resided in Harper Woods, came in the three-time defending Division I state champs. We jumped top of the seventh. Chip Valley down 2-1. Emily Blackwell sending this deep drive to left, scoring a pair. Big Reds up 3-2. They would hold off Regina's comeback attempt in the bottom of the inning to win the Macomb County Championship. This Week in State Champs History, always presented by Lawrence Tech Athletics. Recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com. All right, let's get to the live questions and comments that we have for the now former Michigan State wide receiver, Cody White. We're getting some that are coming in. Let me ask you first, what do you remember about what do you remember most about your days at Walled Lake Western?
Yeah, coming in as a young kid, I think as a sophomore, I was like 6 feet, 170, 60 pounds, and just growing up to 6'3" my junior year and 6'3" my senior year, just being able to have that growth and see that arise as through my high school career, and ended up making it to the semifinal my junior year and making it to states my senior year. Just that process, I really just feel like those are the memories that I'm going to remember at Wall.
Yeah, we've got another one. Did the coaching change at Michigan State impact your decision to go?
I actually had no idea that Coach D'Antonio was retiring before I had made my decision. So, no, it had no impact on my decision.
Okay, all right. Let me see here if there's any other one. Christy Russ wants to say, hi, Cody. Good luck tomorrow. We're rooting for you. So if you know Christy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay. All right. I've got another one. What was the strangest question you were asked by an NFL team at the Combine?
Question where they would say, if you got taped to it, go your teammates, what would you do to retaliate or something like that? And that was one that I was like,
we had a little bit of an audio
just to get me to say. Oh,
hey, I'm sorry. We just had a little bit of an audio glitch, so I want you to repeat what that question was again.
They asked me like during my training, and they were like, "What if you got taped to a post by one of your teammates or the older veterans as like a rookie treatment? How would you respond?" And that was one where I didn't really know how to respond, but I kind of just came back with, I don't know what I would do. I wasn't raised in this manner, something towards that nature. But that was one of the craziest ones that I've ever heard asked by anybody.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. All right, before I let you go, I know you of course we all want to be first rounders, but do you have an idea? Has there been talk at all, like where you think maybe a round that you could be drafted in?
Yeah, I've been hearing from all the way at the end of the third to the seventh round. So I've been hearing a bunch from different teams, just not really knowing where I'm gonna go. But I know that teams like me, and they've told me that they will draft me. So just somewhere in around there, I feel like that's where I'll be taken.
All right. What if it's the Lions?
That would be great for me. Just growing up here, growing up a Lions fan, watching Matthew Stafford throw all the time, watching Calvin Johnson, Reggie Bush, people like that. Just being able to put on that for my city, it would be awesome.
Okay. All right. We are all rooting for you, my man. And I know whoever gets you is getting not just a terrific receiver and an athlete, but one of the best human beings we've ever had the pleasure of covering here on State Champs. Best of luck. I want to do it again when you're getting set for training camp.
All righty. Thank you very much. Go Green.
All right. All right. Thanks a lot. Cody White. Time now for the MHSA clip of the day. And that's your MHSAA clip of the day. You get the comments that say, go white. So, again, paying attention. You too can have your clip be the clip of the day. DM us on Twitter, email the link, send the link on Facebook or YouTube. I promise we will check it out. You know, we're committed to helping you become the best athlete that you can be. Our partnership with the Detroit Medical Center's Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan allows us to bring these tips to you by the pros. Here's an example.
Did you know that people that had a concussion are more likely to have an ankle or knee injury after that concussion, and actually up to 2 years after your concussion? So here's a vestibular test that you should have before you return to sport. So if you've had a concussion, come to the DMC to have a vestibular test done to see if you're ready to return to sport.
All right, well, that's great information there. The full 2-minute segment and all of them are uploaded weekly on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Let's get to the result of yesterday's Hungry Howie's Twitter question of the day. Now that school has been out for a few weeks, which classes or subjects are you finding you actually miss? And it's not a surprise. I'm not missing a thing is the winner. Tomorrow on State Champs Live, we are going to speak to Alexandra Height. She is an American Natural Bodybuilding Federation professional. She is actually sponsored in part by State Champs. The COVID pandemic has got to be a very challenging time for bodybuilders, or is it? That's tomorrow at 2 p.m. If you know of a guest or a topic we should talk to or about here on live, please email our show coordinator, Amanda. Her email address is amanda@yellowflagproductions.com. We've got a great new way that we're going to end every show from this point forward. The State Champs production team with a sincere message for all of you. We'll see you next time.
Right now, we are all longing for the roar of a crowd, the excitement of a stadium filled with cheering fans, and the ecstasy of celebrating a hard-fought victory. But right now, we're all on the same team, and we must do our part to make sure as many students, athletes, coaches, teachers, parents, and loved ones are there when we have the luxury to resume our rivalries and start rooting for our teams once again. Stay home and stay safe.
State Champs Live is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury or are just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers.